Hello everyone and happy Tuesday evening and welcome to Royalty Racing Network. Tonight the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca Series is in Music City at Nashville Fairgrounds for short track action. 140 laps the distance. Our stage will be at lap 50, and of course these drivers have one fast repair as always, and I'll tell you what, they might need it tonight as there's going to be a lot of beating and banging, I'm sure, as we are just over half a mile here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Of course, I mentioned Nashville, Tennessee. 130 degrees is the track temp. That means it's going to be nice and loose. Of course, it may come down as we go along. And 82 degrees Fahrenheit, clear. 8 miles an hour winds. Of course, that won't play a part this evening, since there's not going to be any draft or anything like that. Welcome in Joe Gonzalez. Appreciate you joining us. Let's go trackside and take a look at some of these guys that we have on track. Right now, that is the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Good Wrench Plus service of Justin Parham out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Only 4 guys on track right now. Looks like 18 in the session. Oh, and Justin Parham, we just got a good look at how loose it can be. On to the 54 of J.O. John Lynch out of Yulee, Florida. A lot of these guys looks like might still be running their throwback paint from Rockingham last week. Here is the 07 of Lauren Vincent out of Salina, Kansas. The McAfee Auto Garage Chevy Camaro. And the 4th driver on the track, well, was on the track. Never mind, onward we go. Some other people coming out here. Here's Chase Greer out of Johnsonville, South Carolina in the Tide Chevy Camaro number 40. Currently 14th quick out of 14 cars to set a lap time. Here's Warren Kyle Keith, newcomer to the Arca series here. He's out of Jacksonville, Florida, in a Toyota, one of the few guys to not be racing a Camaro here. We got to get some sponsors here on the number 9. Let's do a little refresh just to make sure we're updated on all the paints here with Trading Paints. And wait a minute for it to load in, potentially. There's Nicholas Walthorn in the 84 Hot Wheels Chevy Camaro out of Jacksonville. No, that's not updated. I'm not sure why that didn't change. Interesting. Back. Well, everything is locked. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? Everything froze. Technical difficulties here early. Now it's lagging. Weird for sure. Let's see if we can't just reload everything. How's everyone doing in chat tonight? How are we looking? Might be back in business with just a small little reset. Fresh over here on your end. All right, tell me how everything's looking for you guys. I think we got it back in business. We see the timing tower and it's running the clock. We're still taking a look here at Nicholas Walthorn in the 84 right beside the 54 of J.O. Tell you what, folks, broadcasting iRacing, it wouldn't be a normal night if there weren't technical difficulties, you know? But it would appear we're back in business. Let's switch to this cam, see if we can't keep her rolling now. Here's Garrett Walden out of Henderson, North Carolina. Garrett's gone. All right. This guy is on the top of your leaderboard right now in practice. That's the 05 of Sharn Hill out of Richmond, Virginia. Sharn looking to have a good, clean run. He's managed a couple decent finishes, but it hasn't been without issues. So Sharn looking to put it all together and get that 05 in victory lane tonight. Here's Matt Dickerson just ahead of him in that Willwood Disc Brakes number 44 out of Ocala, Florida. Another Chevy. He sits third quick currently. Just over 8 minutes to go here in the practice session. Here's the 41 of Chucky Balance with a new paint this week. Nice looking ride. I like the neon yellow and the green and the white mixed in there. Blackout Motorsports for the driver out of Pikeville, Chucky Balance in the 41. And Garrett Walden is back out there. There's Garrett Walden in the 24. Some sponsors on that thing too. Took a look at Justin Parham. Do it, Joe. That'd be awesome, man. If you do it, there's a place for you at Royalty Motorsports. I'll tell you that much. Looking for some dirt guys, oval guys, road guys, anything, everything. Contact there between the 24 and the 41. Looking for some new people out on track here. Here's Luke Wagner in the 22. Still rocking the throwback paint out of Mount Airy, North Carolina is Mr. Wagner. He's had himself an up and down season as well. I've seen everyone else that's out there right now. Ah, no, here we go. Here's Travis Bennett in his standard orange cream Coca-Cola 01 Ford Mustang. Another one of the few guys out there rolling around in something different than a Chevy. Not sure why anyone would, but, you know, just kidding, of course. Looking forward to this one here, folks. Let's go to the blimp cam here and give you a nice look at Nashville Fairgrounds here. Real short track tonight. Gonna be a good one. Looks like we're up to 19 cars set to take the grid. Tell you what, this season is cruising along. This is already week 9 of the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca series. It's like Jay Stinson making his way, or joined in. Josh Hall here in the throwback to one Rusty Wallace in the 81. Josh Hall, another one of those having kind of a rough go of things so far, but all it takes is one race to get back in. One race, get up there and get yourself a win, and onward you go. Under 5 minutes here to go in practice. Practice is cruising by. Looks like everyone racing their same paints for the most part as last week. Here's Ryan Hufford in the 83. Caught him just a few moments ago as he was getting ready to get off the track. Saw Chase Greer, Jay Stinson on his way out, the J Daddy 45. All right, Corey. Sounds pretty good. T. Bennett with 1 T. He's been running real good here. In fact, he's second quick out of the 18 cars to set a lap time so far here in practice. So he's looking pretty good. Of course, you can do anything you want in practice, but what it comes down to is what you do in the 2-lap qualifying run. Corey, good to see you, man. How's Wednesday nights going for you in the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series so far? Got that car in victory lane yet this season? We've taken a look at basically everybody that has at least hit the track at some point during this practice session, as we now close in on 2 minutes to go till qualifying. Everyone's picks tonight. We know Corey Bunch is going for T. Bennett. Joe Gonzalez going for his usual pick. Matthew Alkema is in here. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I butchered it. He's going for Nicholas Walthorn. Nicholas Walthorn and Ryan Hufford always draw the crowd. Always draw the crowd. Quick shout out here as we close in on a minute to go before qualifying. Joe Gonzalez here in the chat was kind enough to put Royalty Racing Network on the quarter panels of his real race car, which is pretty awesome. He races typically at Kalamazoo Speedway. Raced last Saturday night at a different track. Can't remember the name. You're more than welcome to shout it out, but really, really awesome thing to do for us here at Royalty Racing Network and Royalty Motorsports. It's been a dream and just a goal for us to get on a real race car and be able to rep it. And pretty darn cool to have that. Something we weren't sure if we'd ever get, as we see Jay Stinson get destroyed by a couple drivers there as he came to a stop on the speedway. Maybe trying for a little pick opportunity. That didn't work out, as now he's got one wheel up on the barrier there. Here's a new guy we haven't seen on track yet. He's not new to the series, but this is Vince Brent in the Mobile One GR number 11. Pulls it down pit road as the practice time expires, as you see the checkered flag across your timing tower on the left side, which means one thing: we're getting ready to go qualifying. And as always, we will bring you the lap times. Vince Brent ran 74 laps in practice. That's impressive, Mr. Brent. So he's going to run, hopefully, if he brings her to the checkered flag, he'll run over 200 laps tonight. One of the first guys out on track here is the 05 of Sharn Hill. Here's Luna Albright. Haven't seen her yet. She's in the Mobile One Red Bull number 4. Good looking paint job. She always finds herself at the front of the races and was out there last week, got chased down. Or maybe that was 2 weeks ago. Everything goes so fast. But yeah, Luna Albright been out front a lot of time. We'll see what she can put together here at Nashville for qualifying as she crosses for lap 1, 18.798. Travis Bennett was the top. Sharn Hill went quick time on lap 1, 18.476, the time to beat currently. Phil Ellis Jr. in the 29, right behind him in second place at 18.606. So Sharn Hill, pretty substantial lead there for Mr. Hill. 18.519 was the second lap time for Travis Bennett, moves him into second place. J.O. put an 18.535 on the board, currently sits third quick. Luna Albright, fifth quick. Here's Garrett Walden at an 18.810, looking to improve here on lap 2, potentially creep into the top 5. Keeps it off the wall, lap 2. 18.565, he does go into the top 5, sits fourth quick currently. Here's Justin Parham just coming to a finish, 18.657, seventh quick. Here's the number 11 of Vince Brent, just saw substantial lap times, or substantial amount of laps in practice. Eighth quick for Vince Brent on lap 2, 18.755. Nicholas Walthorn, lap 1, 18.923, he'll look to improve here. Currently sits 13th quick out of 14 drivers. And Walthorn, 18.887. That'll keep him 14th quick. The 22 of Walthorn, or Wagner rather, went 18.812, ninth quick. Gets him into the top 10. Still plenty of guys to go. Here's Matthew Fritz out there for the first time this evening. In the throwback to Jeff Gordon. In that M&M Pet Sitting number 48. Matthew Fritz, always a driver looking to contend. And takes the green flag. Ryan Hufford on lap 1, 18.689 in the 83. Puts him 8th quick, and he'll have to take it as he smacks the outside wall and then proceeds to smack the inside wall. Matthew Fritz goes 7th quick on lap 1, 18.650. Definitely someone who could sneak into the top 5. Got a little loose there out of 2. He comes around turn 4, keeps it nice and straight. Lap 2 for Matthew Fritz. 18.713 slower on lap 2. He'll stay 7th quick. 2 guys not to hit the speedway just yet. Warren Kyle Keith being one of them. Jay Stinson is out there right now looking to come around and take the green flag. Being that it is a short track, he'll have plenty of time to put in his time. Here's lap 1, 19.473, 18th quick. He'll need to improve on that. He definitely can, I know that. Warren Kyle Keith is out there now as well. We'll get to him just as soon as Stinson crosses the line. For lap 2, does he improve? He does, 19.085, still in the 19-second mark, 18th quick for Stinson. He'll have work to do. Here's the number 9 of Warren Kyle Keith. Galesburg Speedway is where Joe raced last Saturday. And those pictures are pretty darn cool that he sent me. The action shots and the sponsor on the car. The name on the car. Wouldn't really call it a sponsor. I gave him $75 for the stickers. But greatly appreciated, Mr. Gonzalez. Number 9 on lap 2, 18.440. Slightly quick, and he goes quick time. The last car on the board. Steals it away from Sharn Hill. And man, that's a good way to get yourself some attention. Holy moly, Warren Kyle Keith in his first race in the Arca Series goes to the top. Let's bring up the results. Here's Warren Kyle Keith starts on pole. Sharn Hill will start second. Travis Bennett in third. J.O. in fourth. Garrett Walden will round out your top 5 starting positions. Phil Ellis Jr. in the 29 will start 6th. Luna Albright will start 7th. Matthew Fritz will roll off 8th. Justin Parham will roll off 9th. And Ryan Hufford will round out your top 10. Vince Brandt in the 11 will start 11th. Luke Wagner in the 22 will roll off 12th. Lauren Vincent in the 07 will start 13th. Chucky Balance in the 41 will start 14th. Chase Greer in the 40 will roll off 15th. Matt Dickerson in the 44 will start 16th. Josh Hall in the 81 will start 17th. And Nicholas Walthorn will start 18th. Rounding out your grid will be the 45 of Jay Stinson in 19th. And folks, it is already that time to go racing here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Warren Kyle Keith and Sharn Hill will lead the way on the front row. Good shot there of them all gridding up here on pit road for 140 laps. I want to know from you guys, folks, how many cautions do you think we're going to have tonight? Or better yet, let's do an over-under. 140 laps, I'm going to say 5 cautions. Over, under, 5 cautions. You can shout out a specific number as well if you'd like. But I want to hear from you. All right, so far, a couple votes for the over. Darius Shaw, welcome in, 7 votes, or second. A vote for 7 cautions. Joe says 6. They do 1 extra parade lap here, folks, at the short tracks. So we'll go green this next time by. Let everyone get organized and figured out. Only 19 cars on the grid tonight, a little smaller field than we've had in weeks past, but still a very nice field. We don't have any need for the field split on the timing tower, so that's cool. Get a good shot of all 19 drivers right away. We got 27 people in here, folks. Chat is popping as usual here for the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca Series. And Warren Kyle Keith brings us to green for the first time tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds. That bottom line is going to be dominant. The 05 of Sharn Hill will look to get down there as soon as he can. Already being pressured by the 01 of Travis Bennett for the 2 spot. You can get a nice run on exit of the corner there, but eventually you're going to have to get down. And good opportunity. No, Sharn Hill doesn't take it. Sharn Hill says, I'll fight for the lead here on the outside early. That's a good sign of things to come here, folks. Passing on the outside at a short track could make things awfully exciting. Instead of all the action being who's on the lower line. Now the 01 of Travis Bennett looking to take over the 2 spot early from Warren Kyle Keith, and he will. J.O. looking to do the same. Maybe Warren Keith is just looking to save tires here, huh? Or maybe an outside lane perhaps is a little bit faster. Well, obviously it's faster right now. So Warren Kyle Keith back to 4th now after starting on pole. He will get an extra point for starting on the pole. Here's Phil Ellis Jr. now working on the outside. Uh-oh, we already have a car down in the pits with heavy damage. That is Matt Dickerson. Chase Greer involved, it would appear, maybe in a wreck. he's still out there. Matt Dickerson gonna fall 1 or 2 laps down here by the time he gets to his pit just to take the fast repair. 2 laps down for Dickerson. Probably not the way he wanted to start, but if there was any silver lining is that it's lap 7 of 140. Plenty of time as now we look at Matthew Fritz on the inside of Luna Albright. Here is the 24 of Walden just cleared. Albright looking to do the same. That would put her into 7th, merely getting the spot back where she started. Matthew Fritz back where he started now as well. Chucky Balance a little further back in the field. This is the battle for 14th place. The 19 of Justin Parham looking to regroup, is already down 4 spots early, but on the come up. The 84 of Walthorn gets by Balance. Now the 45 of Stinson doing the same. Starting to see a trend here already. The outside lane is significantly faster as now Balance goes to the outside of the 81 of Josh Hall. Of course, he goes way up the speedway. You don't want to go that high up. So Josh Hall going to be able to hang on. Let's check in with Chase Greer. He's managing, but you saw the leaders creeping behind him right there. That is Sharn Hill. Still continuing to lead over the 01 of Travis Bennett. Matthew Fritz on the outside of Luna Albright looking to pass for 7th. Got a little bit of traffic there. In front though is the 24 of Walden. Oh, hold on to it, Luna. She did. Nice driving there. Gonna lose a few positions, but not nearly as bad as it could have been. That inside lane very loose, especially when you get off exit of the corner. When you got a car side by side, you got to steer the car a lot more. You can't just drive it to the wall. Check in on Nicholas Walthorn in the 84. He is up 3 spots currently, holding tough right behind the 45 of Jay Stinson for the 14th spot. Closest battle on the speedway right now is right here. Garrett Walden and Matthew Fritz. Matthew Fritz up 1, looking to keep it rolling here. Biggest mover early is the 45 of Jay Stinson. He runs in 14th place, and there he is right there. See, Chucky Balance had an issue. Let's go check with Mr. Balance as he gets it straightened out, but not in time to prevent going a lap down, as it looks now like he'll bring it down pit road. So 3 guys already a lap down here on lap 18, but we are clean and green. Yes, Joe, very good save, very good. Sharn Hill continuing to lead the way. Had the pole position up until Warren Kyle Keith hit the quick time as the very last qualifier. Got back to the front in a hurry though. Jumble of cars here. That's Lauren Vincent in the 07. He's up 2 so far this evening, up to 11. Potentially looking to work on the 83 of Ryan Hufford here momentarily as Justin Parham looks to the inside of the 22 of Luke Wagner. And we're already seeing that bottom lane develop a little bit more. Now, that is 2 things. Oh, look out. Like the 22 of Wagner contacted the 19. Of course, they are trying to maneuver around the number 40 of Chase Greer. Well done for the most part. But folks, back to the tire conversation. that bottom line should come in as these tires wear, and you may have a little bit better luck. So let's keep an eye on Warren Kyle Keith, who did fall to 5th at one time. He's settled in now in 4th, though. About a second and a half just about behind J.O. in the 54, who runs 3rd. But starting to get spread out here. Jay Stinson right on the back bumper of that 19 of Justin Parham, and Parham right on the back bumper of the 07 of Lauren Vincent here, who elects to go a little bit higher line. Parham not able to get side by side. In fact, got a little loose, I believe, had to come out of the gas to prevent from getting into the 07, which allows Jay Stinson to keep on pushing. He's already up 8 spots. So not the qualifying time Mr. Stinson was hoping for, but he sure put it together here in the first 26. Sharn Hill beginning to widen the gap on Travis Bennett. Just about 3 seconds or 3/4 of a second now, and it's right on the dot. They come out of turn 4. But Travis Bennett hanging around. Sharn Hill much quicker through the corners. As every corner you see him go through, you can see that time gap expand just a bit. Of course, now as I say that now, Travis Bennett begins to reel him in just a bit. Let's go on board here with the 01 of Travis Bennett and see what he's seeing, see what he's dealing with around Nashville Fairgrounds for a lap. Holy moly, you see just how loose it can get and how bumpy it is there through turn 2. We'll watch it one more time. Off of turn 4, not quite as bad. Watch now as Bennett makes his way here into 1 and now into 2 on the bottom side. Look at that wheel movement. That one wasn't as bad, but the first 2 times we saw it, he's working that wheel, folks, and that isn't just the 01 of Travis Bennett. That's what these drivers are dealing with. Is now we saw just at the tail end of the camera shot, Warren Kyle Keith got a little bit loose, just right where we were saying. But he saved it. Here's the battle now for 11th as Justin Parham has finally gotten an opportunity to get by the 07, it would appear. The 07 of Vincent put up a heck of a fight. But Justin Parham clears for 11th. Still trying to work back to where he started. He's still down 2. He started 9th. Check in with the 4 ride of Luna Albright. She's sitting 9th, down 2. Vince Brent right in front of her. A good start to the evening. He's up 3 right now. Folks, we're already about 15 laps away from the stage here. No caution just yet. Still only the 3 cars a lap down, which is good for them. Let's check in with Luke Wagner. He's the last car on the lead lap. However, he's not going to be for long, it would appear. But I was saying it was good for guys like Dickerson, Balance, simply because even though they're 2 laps down, Dickerson at this moment would be the lucky dog recipient, get him back to 1 lap down, which would then make him another contender for the lucky dog recipient. But if Luke Wagner suffices here to Sharn Hill, and it appears like he's about to, Sharn Hill would get the lucky dog man. Joe, one stage, buddy, one stage at lap number 50. And it's green flag racing from there, assuming there aren't cautions. But yes, okay, Luke Wagner just went a lap down now. So if things don't change as Travis Bennett looks to take the lead here from the 05 of Sharn Hill late in the stage. Not quite enough to do it. It looked like he used Wagner as kind of an opportunity to work back on Sharn. They're still side by side here. Close racing. Bennett had a good jump there. Sharn Hill faster into the corner. Who's going to lead this lap? Going to be Sharn Hill again. Travis Bennett will now take the outside lane, see if that can work any better for him. Not gonna do so. He'll battle back on the inside. Good battle for the lead here now as they approach Chucky Balance. Travis Bennett gonna settle it down. Warren Kyle Keith and J.O. battling now. This is for the third spot. Late moves here looking to be made. As now the 9 can't clear. That corner exit just substantially better on the outside. J.O. fights him off for now. Matthew Fritz perhaps closing on the 29 of Garrett Walden. But will he have enough time to do it? Justin Parham is closed on the 45 of Stinson, who's now up 9 spots. In fact, I think it may have been the opposite. I think Stinson got around Parham. Maybe. We're watching that lead, the battle for the lead. It's now Matthew Fritz closes in again on the 24 of Garrett Walden that shows the 29. No, Phil Ellis Jr. I'm 1 car ahead. My apologies. 29 is Phil Ellis Jr. and that number is correct. Matthew Fritz looking the inside. 3 laps to go till the stage. Matthew Fritz gonna get it done. Oh, Vince Brent was loose behind him. That might allow Luna Albright to take a peek right on the back bumper. Not gonna be able to do it though. Sharn Hill, after the pressure from Travis Bennett, woke up slightly maybe and put the pedal to the metal. Now back out to a 3/10 second lead here. Coming down with basically 1 lap to go. The flag, the caution flag will wave at the end of lap 50 here, folks. So there's lap 50. And there's the caution flag, so it's actually once the top 10 cross, I do believe. Sharn Hill, your winner in the one and only stage here at Nashville Fairgrounds. We'll give him a second to catch the pace car, and we'll get with Mr. Hill. In fact, we're going to let him do his pit stop. Don't want to interrupt strategy calls or trying to focus on getting into the pit box, those types of things. But as soon as he pulls out, we got it queued up. As the whole field you see following Sharn Hill behind him, with the exception of a couple of the lap guys. Waiting on Sharn Hill to pull out. Looks like everyone electing for 4 tires. Oh, and it might have been, ooh, Travis Bennett just about beat him. All right, let's get with our stage winner. Sharn, Joshua up in the booth, got a copy.
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, sir, I do. Congrats on the stage win, man. You were set to start on pole, basically the majority of qualifying until the number 9 came out there, the last car to qualify, and got it done. You took over the lead pretty quickly there from him, maintained it the whole race so far. What was working for you, and how's the car feeling?
The car feels fantastic. The ability to be able to move around, run the bottom, run the top is really suiting my driving style. I can't complain about really anything at all right now.
Right on, man. Tell us real quick what a stage win means for this number 5. It's been kind of an up and down season. You've had a couple decent finishes recently, but that stage point and now leading the way, tell us what that can do going forward for that number 5 team.
It means a lot. Of course, as far as points, maximizing stage points and trying to create a cushion over the cut line if I don't end up winning this race. Obviously, I want to win it and seal the deal and kind of run the next 2 races stress-free. But, every point counts in this part of the season.
Absolutely, man. Well, I see the lights on the iRacing.com pace car turned off, so we'll let you get back to work for the rest of the way. Maybe we'll be talking to you here at the end of the race.
Hope so.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the number 05 of Sharn Hill winning the stage, his first stage win, and we are back green just like that here at Nashville Fairgrounds. Let's hope for another green flag run. I would love to see some green flag pit stops at a short track. That would certainly mix it all up. The best thing about the first 55, folks, is that the broadcaster's curse has not happened yet. It'd be amazing to keep it out of the way tonight altogether. Matthew Fritz had a really nice pit stop. He takes over the 3rd spot now as Warren Kyle Keith goes around the outside of the 01 of Travis Bennett. And much like we saw early in that run, on the inside, the outside guys are just going to be quicker. Luna Albright, a nice pit stop as well as she finds herself now into the top 5 as she gets around Bennett. And now she'll have the opportunity to run the inside. Oh, as we have multiple guys in the wall. Nicholas Walthorn was one of them, but everyone saved it and they keep it going. Yeah, Luna Albright now, opportunity to run the inside if she wants and save tires where some of these guys may not. She says, I'm not saving tires. I want to make some passes here. She pulls right up to the back bumper of the number 9 there. Travis Bennett in the 01 and Justin Parham. We've said those 2 names together. And now our first caution due to incident is out on the speedway. Let's see what happened. Looked like Josh Hall and Lauren Vincent tangled it up. Back to the Royalty Racing Network instant replay, and there's Josh Hall. Lauren Vincent up in front. So let's watch what happened to Vincent. Looks like Stinson and Vincent just got tangled up. Ooh, Stinson able to avoid all contact. Oh, till right there, getting a nudge from the 41. The 81 of Josh Hall, nowhere to go there. But fortunately, none of the drivers involved looks like heavy enough damage. So under caution technically for the 2nd time. First time due to incident. We're going to take this opportunity to step away for a quick commercial break. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Sharn Hill still leads the way. Your biggest mover still is this guy in that green J-Daddy 45, and that's Jay Stinson. He's up 10 spots. The guy right behind him doing pretty darn good as well. Nicholas Walthorn in that 84 is up 8. They are sitting 9th and 10th right now as they rack them and stack them back up to go green once again. Sharn Hill and J.O. will lead the way. John Lynch finding himself on the front row for the first time this evening. Yeah, Darius, good racing so far. Hopefully that caution doesn't breed a caution. That's what they say, cautions breed cautions. Sharn Hill jumps out to it now. J.O. gonna have company temporarily by the number 9. Travis Bennett is now topside, trying to regain the positions he lost on that stage restart. Matthew Fritz is on the low side now. You can see how bumpy it is there out of turn 2. Cars look like they're taking on waves. It's Matthew Fritz, clears the 01 of Travis Bennett. Luna Albright looking to do the same again, having to repass Mr. Bennett. Tell you what though, Nicholas Walthorn just took over as our biggest mover. He's now up into 7th, as maybe found an opportunity there on the restart if something happened. Someone got squirrely and he took advantage. He's up 11 spots into 7th right now is Vince Brent in the 11. Very slow. Jay Stinson having to get off the gas, probably even into the brake, and now Vince Brent around, and another caution here. And what did I say, folks? Cautions breed cautions. We had the stage caution, first one of the night. Couple laps later, our first one due to a crash. And now another one as we hit halfway at Nashville Fairgrounds in the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca Series. Let's go back and take a look what happened to the number 11 of Vince Brent. See him on the outside there. All good right here. The 45 of Stinson was fine, but now Brent, the 19 of Parham just comes up a little bit much, but Brent wasn't given a lot of room either. Gets into him, and now the 29 was involved, it looked like, as well, but pretty self-explanatory is, guys, we have about 10 cars electing to sacrifice track position here at halfway. And I'll go down the list of who just pitted here on lap number 70. Luna Albright, John Lynch, Sharn Hill, Travis Bennett, Garrett Walden, Nicholas Walthorn, Jay Stinson, Justin Parham, and Lauren Vincent all electing to pit. Oh, and Phil Ellis Jr. is down there now. All electing to pit. Your top 4 guys did not pit. That's Warren Kyle Keith, who will now be your leader. Matthew Fritz, Matt Dickerson, and Vince Brent, even though he was just involved in that incident. Vince Brent now finds himself not only back on the lead lap, but in 3rd place. So, as I mentioned very early on, Matt Dickerson probably wasn't very happy about wrecking on lap 7 and having to take his fast repair, but he finds himself in a phenomenal position now to have a great rest of the run. And to be honest, I'm a little puzzled here at why those guys would pit. So many of them. I mean, they obviously know what they're doing. I don't have an exact number on fuel run, as everything was backed up there. And the 9 of Warren Kyle Keith, very big jump to the Matthew Fritz number 48 here. But Fritz going to settle in. Vince Brent not electing to pit. Not too much damage, hanging in. Oh no, and we have more trouble. And just like I mentioned, this was exactly why I was wondering why those guys would pit a mere 20 laps after the stage break, and not much green flag racing at that, because now you end up in a whole mess of problems, and we have a big issue here. Let's see if we can go see what happened. I think it was already in front. Let's take a look at Travis Bennett. He was the first guy I saw going around. The 54 finds the wall. That's John Lynch. Checks up everyone. Luna Albright going to escape relatively unscathed, I think. Travis Bennett around. Sharn Hill into the inside wall. Garrett Walden, the 83 of Hufford. So interesting situation there. That's exactly what I was leading into as they took the green flag, was a lot of those guys that were sitting top 5, a lot of those people sitting top 5 electing to pit and put themselves in the hornet's nest, now just to ultimately find themselves back in pit. Top 5 looks like this: Warren Kyle Keith, Matthew Fritz, Vince Brent, J.O., Nicholas Walthorn. Rounding out your top 5, he is up 13 spots on the night. Luna Albright in 6th, Travis Bennett in 7th, Jay Stinson in 8th, Matt Dickerson in 9th, Luke Wagner in 10th. Matt Dickerson just pit. So still very, very big benefit for the 44 of Dickerson now, as he's got that car all cleaned up and come back from really, really early trouble. Yes, Sharn was killing it until Sharn was not killing it. He just got put into the inside wall. He'll be fine. He's still sitting 10th, and he's really fast. So if we get a good green flag run again, expect to see the 5 of Sharn Hill back up front. Warren Vincent in chat, 07, I'm out. Oh no, what happened, man? The car was that broken? Back green we go as Warren Kyle Keith leads the way again. A little bit better of a restart. Last time, Warren got a massive jump. Looked like everything was jumbled up, but better restart here is now they're single file all the way back to Jay Stinson. Here is now Luna Albright beside the 44 of Dickerson. Luna looking to take on the 01 of Travis Bennett. They've been side by side a good majority of the race recently. As now Stinson stacks it up 2 by 2 behind them. Wagner in the wall behind him, but everyone keeps it clean. Gonna lose a lot of momentum. Good maneuvering there by everyone around him. No action for the lead just yet. Look at this, that 3 wide, folks, on a short track. Somehow they keep it clean. Jay Stinson squeezes through the middle. He finds himself now in 6th place after that incredible move that we just caught Glad we caught that on the broadcast. They were 3 wide, and we got a really nice look at it. Sharn Hill up into 8 already, working on the number 4. Luna Albright going to get the pass completed and set his sights on the 44, Matt Dickerson, who's up into 7th, up 9 spots on the night. Battle here back in the laps, guys. That could be important for a potential lucky dog as Chase Greer works to get around Josh Hall for 16th spot. Ryan Hufford would be your lucky dog recipient here in the 83. There's Hufford there. Car looks good, just trying to keep it looking good. Waiting for another incident. Nobody wants one right now more than Ryan Hufford. All single file now, back to Luna Albright, Justin Parham as Luna's way up the track. Going to allow Parham to clear, but now puts the back bumper to him just a bit. Got the move done for 9th. Matt Dickerson looking to the inside of the 01 of Travis Bennett now. Bennett, a little bit of damage on that left front. On the driver's side front, you can see just a bit. But at a short track, probably won't affect you that much. Unless he's got wheel damage, then that's a whole nother story. And another caution is out. Tell you what, the first 50 were magnificent. The last 40, instead of Music City, it's been Caution City. Let's see what happened with the 81 of Josh Hall. Looks like the 22 of Wagner having an issue, and then 81 maybe not knowing he was there. Trying to regain speed was the 22. Josh Hall goes around. No significant damage. Back to live action. Ryan Hufford, your lucky dog. Finding himself back on the lead lap now. And Vince Brent down pit road. Phil Ellis Jr. Josh Hall. Probably just coming in to check damage for Josh Hall. Phil Ellis Jr. and Vince Brent. Looked like a little bit of an extended pit stop for Brent. Perhaps either missed a pit box or just getting some damage fixed from a prior incident. And folks, a couple other pit stops. Warren Kyle Keith pit on lap 90. Matthew Fritz as well. Phil Ellis Jr. I mentioned. And Nicholas Walthorn. They put themselves back in the Hornets' nest, and that's going to leave your leader, Matt Dickerson, up 15 spots on the night. However, your biggest lead or biggest mover so far, the guy two cars behind him in that green 45. He's up 16, Jay Stinson. Continues to move up. Sharn Hill, as I mentioned, will restart on the outside of row 2. So back up front. Let's see what Dickerson's got here. He had an amazing comeback. Long way to go. Just under 40, under 50 laps to go. Heck yeah, man. Dickerson making big moves. Certainly is. That's why I said the one silver lining about his early issue was that it was so early. And he'll lead us back to green here on lap 93, 94 when they cross the stripe. Travis Bennett battling hard on that inside, but the run on the outside just too good. Dickerson will get a bonus point tonight for leading a lap. Sharn Hill pulls it side by side with the 01 as several cars behind him hit the wall. I'm really hoping for a green flag run here, but I think it's all out the window now to see green flag pit stops, although a lot of these guys pit on lap 70 or 76. Oh, it's Travis Bennett hard into the wall. Stinson able to maneuver around him as other people had to hit the brakes or bump into him. Stinson, the recipient of that lucky spot there. He finds himself in second place. Your two biggest movers are 1-2 right now. Dickerson's up 15, Stinson up 17. Travis Bennett falls into third, hangs on to third after the hard wall tap. Sharn Hill in fourth, Luna Albright in fifth for now, but being pressured by the 54 of J.O. John Lynch. However, Matthew Fritz in the 48 gets around the 54 on the outside, and he'll take over sixth place, single file back to eighth. Number 9 of Warren Kyle Keith, your pole sitter, putting himself back in the hornet's nest, trying to maneuver through the traffic, electing to pit on lap number 90 with 50 to go. Now we're at 40 to go, and he's up to 7th, looking to the inside of Luna Albright now. Side by side, Luna not going to give it up easy. It's like Jay Stinson now being caught by the 05 of Sharn Hill. Not quite able to make a maneuver yet. Looks to the inside, gonna have the corner panel here, it would appear. Oh, Stinson hard off into the wall. Comes down, bumps the 05, but they keep it going. That will allow the 05 to get by. Stinson back to third. Sharn Hill reclaims second. A lot of hard contact here we've seen. Warren Kyle Keith got by Luna Albright. Now made quick work. Put him in the rear view in a hurry. As now closing in on the 48 of Matthew Fritz. Got tires last time, so definitely has some of the newest tires out there. But by the time he gets back to the front, assuming he does, will it be too little, too late? Josh Hall has gotten around Chase Greer. That's substantial for the 16th spot, because if we have another caution here, Josh Hall would be the lucky dog recipient. As now, Kyle Keith not able to close yet. Luna Albright side by side with J.O. Whole bunch of cars right here under a blanket. 7 cars. Nicholas Walthorn in that mix. He last pit on lap number 90. Walthorn up to 8. Now some freedom to run the line he wants to run as things kind of get cleared out just a bit. Matthew Fritz and Jay Stinson battling here. Is Matthew Fritz going to take over fourth now? And now the number 9 will have to look to the inside of the 45 of Stinson. He's rubbing on him just a little bit, but he is there. Not able to complete the pass, probably not as fast as he'd hoped. But if he's keeping it on the inside, maybe he's saving tires. I'm referring to Warren Kyle Keith, of course. as now all battles on the speedway have cooled down. Vince Brent, potentially a battle brewing here between him and the 54. Matt Dickerson continues to lead. Got to the front and hasn't looked back. Just under a half a second lead as the caution comes out for Chucky Balance. See what happened here to the 41. Looks like just a self-spin incident. Unless there was something in front that we're about to see. Catches the apron right there, and that was all she wrote. Locks it down, though. Keeps it out of the wall. So, good job. There's now, here we go. Some pit stops under this caution. Going to shake it up a bit. Your leader, Matt Dickerson, is in. Sharon Hill, Warren Kyle Keith, Travis Bennett, J.O., Justin Parham, Luna Albright, Ryan Hufford, Luke Wagner. Lots of guys on pit road. 4 guys electing to stay out. That's Matthew Fritz, Nicholas Walthorn, Vince Brent, and Phil Ellis Jr. all pit on lap number 90. So did Warren Kyle Keith, but he pit again. Short pit stop, maybe 2 tires, maybe fuel only, not quite sure. Finds himself coming out of pit road ahead of everyone else that decided to pit. So he'll be restarting in 5th. Gonna see how it plays out for these 4 guys looking to stay out there as we're getting down here to the finish. Will be 25 to go here. 25 to go at Nashville Fairgrounds in the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca Series. 6th caution. That was our 6th caution. I'm glad you brought that up, Joe. Let's look back here. Darius said 7. You said 6. No one else said any. So right now, if they go clean and green the last 25, you're on the money. But the over was indeed 5, or over 5, yes. Nicholas Walthorn, Matthew Fritz lead us back to green with 24 to go. Walthorn looking to battle hard on the inside. These tires have come in a little bit for these guys, so that inside lane could very well hold, and it does. Nicholas Walthorn, your new leader. Oh, and another caution is out as Dickerson spins around. Hufford potentially involved. And now that leaves Darius Shaw as the man on the money. Yep, Luke Wagner got loose. Not why, I'm not sure why. Oh, so maybe that wasn't the caution. Dickerson then went around in front of the field. Sharon Hill tags him, it looks like. That probably was what brought out the caution, I'd assume. So up and down night here for the 44 of Matt Dickerson. Now, folks, Matthew Fritz pitting here. The only one to pit, which means he will restart 15th on the grid. That cannot be what the 48 had in mind with just 22 to go here. More than likely 20 to go when we take the green flag again. Josh Hall, happy to see more cautions, is now, he was your lucky dog. He'll be back on the lead lap. And up into 16th place, I believe, is where he'll restart, tail end of the field as the lucky dog. John Lynch pitted on lap 113. He's back in 16th. Not what he was hoping for. But right now, the 84 Hot Wheels Chevy Camaro of Nicholas Walthorn leads the way. Pace car pulls off. Will be 19 to go this time. Nicholas Walthorn, Vince Brent leading the way. Walthorn, really nice jump. Vince Brent spun the tires, slows that whole bottom line down, and the 84 is going to have a mirrorful of the number 9 of Warren Kyle Keith. But he is out to a really nice jump. Walthorn probably pretty happy to see that wheel spin there by Vince Brent. It allowed him to get out in front, have a little bit of leeway over these guys that are coming with new tires, which Warren Kyle Keith, one of those guys. The 84, hard wall contact there. Gonna allow the 9 to peek inside just a bit here. 84, nice drive on exit of the corner. Back in charge for now. We're still not sure if the number 9 just took 2 tires. I'd have to believe that's what he did. Oh, and Dickerson in the 01 of Bennett. Hard into the wall. Another caution. Dickerson, Bennett, Albright, Josh Hall involved. He just got back on the lead lap. That guy's an accident magnet. There we see the 29 check up. The 01 went into him, got pushed down into the 44. Walden, Fritz involved. Sharn Hill involved. 24 again into Luna Albright. Not sure what happened to Josh Hall. There he is on your screen. See what happened to Josh Hall. Several front runners' names just called out. Oh, and the 01 of Travis Bennett. Hard contact. The 4 locked it up, but then hard contact by the 24. Still not sure what happened to the 81, but maybe not really involved, just kind of, not sure. But several people pitting, everyone involved in that caution. We're going to take another quick commercial break and bring you the finish here on Royalty Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Saw them start to stack up 2 by 2, and racing will be underway this time around. Setting up for quite the finish here. The number 9 of Warren Kyle Keith, your pole sitter, back up on the front row now with a short pit stop. Did he take 2 tires? Did he just take fuel? Does Nicholas Walthorn have enough in the tank? Or someone else gonna sneak in and get the win? Another really nice jump there by the 84 Walthorn. That's what he needs in order to put some space in between him and the number 9. Allow him to control this race as we come down the finish. 10 to go this time by. Vince Brent on the inside of Jay Stinson. This would be for your 3rd spot. They nearly make contact. No contact yet. Jay Stinson gets the pass. Back up to the lead. The number 9, not quite there yet. 84 though, he is there now. Will the drive be enough on exit? It will. Now the question becomes, does the 9 of Warren Kyle Keith have enough in the car to make the pass on the low side? Or is that exactly where Walthorn wants him to be? Side by side as they drag race down the backstretch now and into turn 3. Will be 7 to go here. And now they make contact. The 84. Oh no! Hard into the wall. Oh my goodness. Heartbreak Hotel on lap 133 for Nicholas Walthorn in the 84, and I think unfortunately he may have just came down on to the 9, but let's take a look at it. Holy smokes, man. Not what the 84 was hoping for. Let's see what happened here. I'm heartbroken for the 84 of Walthorn. And yeah, well, combination, the 9 coming up into the 84. Let's go. I want to get a closer look at this. Let's go far chase and let's watch it again. Let's slow it down here as they come into the corner. All right, so the number 9 down there on the apron. 84, plenty of space here. Why are we not on chase cam? Let's pause it there. Let's take a look now. Rewind it just a little bit. Rewind. Let's go from the view of the 9 maybe. Play it back. Slow motion. And yeah, it looks like maybe the 9 just came up into him. Tried to avoid him there. Walthorn fights it. And into the wall he goes. Could have been a mixture of things. But it certainly did look like the 9 tapping that apron a little bit. Came down. Now that leaves Warren Kyle Keith on the lead and Jay Stinson in 2nd. Vince Brent 3rd, Sharn Hill in 4th, Luke Wagner in 5th. With 4 to go, 3 to go this time by. Natural, green, white, checkered. Will they get there? Back under green again here at Nashville Fairgrounds, and the number 9, a massive jump. Will anyone be able to catch him based off that jump? Nicholas Walthorn did have his fast repair, elected to take it, came out on the lead lap back in 12th. Side-by-side race for 2nd place is now looks like they get close to tapping. Jay Stinson clears. will be one to the checkered right now. White flag this time. And it appears Warren Kyle Keith will hold on, barring anything crazy. They almost get sideways. They do get sideways behind him. Mayhem in the back as Warren Kyle Keith holds on and takes the checkered flag here at Nashville Fairgrounds in his first race in the SCSRA Arca Series. Nicholas Walthorn avoided most of the contact. Gonna come up and give it to the number 9. I feel like that's probably well deserved. 84 not happy, rightfully so. And he rebounded to finish 8th after avoiding most of that contact there on the last lap. So up 10 spots on the night for the 84 of Walthorn, but I know he won't be happy as he had the lead. Interesting deal. We're going to step away here for just a moment. We'll have some spicy interviews to come with our top 3, I'm sure. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Let's go through your final results here at Nashville. Lauren Vincent was in 19th. Chucky Balance finished 18th. J.O. John Lynch finished 17th after being up front a lot of the time. Travis Bennett, same thing. He finished 16th. Matt Dickerson battled all the way back just to have more issues and finished 15th. Matthew Fritz, with that late pit stop, found himself in trouble and finishes in 14th. Garrett Walden finished in 13th. Luke Wagner finished right where he started in 12th. Ryan Hufford finished 11th. Into your top 10 now, Luna Albright finishes 10th. Josh Hall brought home 9th. Good, strong finish for Josh Hall after an up and down night. Nicholas Walthorn, after checking into Heartbreak Hotel very late into the race, hung in there, battled back, and finished 8th, up 10 spots on the night. Chase Greer finished 7th, and Phil Ellis Jr. finished right where he started in 6th. Into your top 5 now, as Justin Parham brings home 5th. Vince Brent finished up 7 spots on the night in 4th. Sharn Hill finished in 3rd. Jay Stinson, your biggest mover tonight, he finished up 17 in 2nd. And your winner, the number 9 of Warren, Kyle Keith. Let's go now to your post-race interviews. And Sharn Hill is waiting for us once again. Sharn, welcome back to the broadcast booth, sir. Second time tonight I'm getting to talk to you, so certainly a good night for the number 5. Tell us about the strategy late in that race to pit on lap 113 and exactly what you were thinking there.
I think the race really changed when I decided to pit a couple cautions into the second stage. By the time we got to 113, my bed was pretty much made. I needed to make some repairs on the car, and I had one more set left over the wall. So, by that time, I was kind of lucky. The toe was knocked out a little bit, so being able to have a fresh set when some guys didn't be able to drive in front of some guys and take advantage was nice.
Absolutely. Ultimately, you found a little bit of trouble as you put yourself back there, but rebounded, hung out, made some good moves, and then found yourself at the front of the field near the end. Started second, finished third. I would say overall, this is your most complete race of the season, and probably feels really good to be talking to me in the post-race show. How was the car tonight after the stage versus those first 50 laps when we talked to you and you said, hey, no complaints, everything is going great?
I mean, the car was flawless. This was the best I felt probably all season in either division. Like I said, during the stage break, I was able to put it on the bottom, put it on the top. I like to drive my cars loose. You know, I have a sprint car background on here. I spent a lot of time training with those, and it felt a lot like that, being able to pitch it in sideways, drive it off sideways. So, in the second stage, it was more of that. And then when I had the damage, it actually played a little bit in my favor too. Even though it might have knocked a little bit of speed off, but the handle was a little bit more in my favor, even more.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats on the podium tonight and putting one all together. Showed exactly what that number 5 can do. Before we let you go, sir, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
I got a long list. There's people that watch me every week. Darius, of course, he's in the chat. Daniel, Rob, I think you left a couple comments during the race. Teresa, of course, GNC for letting me do this and put some cool paint schemes together night in and night out. I got a long list, but everybody knows I love them. Thank you very much. Hope I can put a show on again tomorrow.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for joining us twice tonight. Really cool to talk to you, as always. And we'll see you back out here tomorrow night for the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series.
Yes, sir.
Once again, folks, that was your third place finisher, the number 5 of Sharn Hill. Quality night at the office for the number 5. Stage win, battle back after a late pit, and finished third. So good night for him. He's going to be happy. Now let's get with your second place finisher, the number 19. The number 19. Amateur Hour. The number 45 of Jay Stinson. Jay, welcome to the broadcast booth, sir. It's been a while since we've talked.
Yeah, I can't get a podium. I just can't figure it out, buddy. I'm happy to be here tonight, though, in a track I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, man. You're on the podium tonight, so well done. Great to talk to you again. You finished up 17 spots on the night. Absolutely incredible. You avoided a lot of incidents. There were a couple times we caught you just somehow avoiding a guy going to the wall or a spin out or one thing or another. But ultimately pays off tonight. You finished second. Walk us through how the car was feeling, what your thoughts were after you started dead last on the field tonight.
Yeah, so never ran here. Got late into the place. Got to practice maybe 7 or 8 laps. I had no idea. So Parham, teammate, and Matt and Chase helped me kind of figure out a line, and it took me a little while to get the hang of it. Just try to stay out of trouble. Me and Lauren Vincent got together. His braking point is a little bit different than mine. I didn't pick it up quick enough, so I was going about 15 miles an hour quicker. So I went to go to the bottom, and I got him in the quarter. I just want to apologize to Lauren. That was sight unseen. I didn't know he's braking that hard, and it wasn't that malicious. I think he knows that. We talked about that, so I want to apologize to him. But after that, and I figured out kind of where to be and where to put the car. It felt really good. I got lucky, like you need to in these short track races like this, where you avoid some stuff and kind of stay out of trouble and get some cautions and stuff like that. So, very lucky and thankful for my teammates for helping me out and helping me find a line that works around here.
Absolutely, man. You definitely put it together. You mentioned luck. I think luck is a part of any sort of race. Anywhere, right? It kind of stands out a little bit more at some of these short tracks that tend to have more cautions. Stands out at super speedways, but ultimately it all depends how the strategy plays out. I'm not going to lie. When you put on lap 141, I was thinking, oh man, like I'm sorry, 141, 113, I think roughly, whenever it was. I was thinking, man, a lot of these guys going back in the hornet's nest, we saw it not pay off for some guys, but for you it did. Really strong run tonight. You're not having a bad season, but this is obviously one of your better runs of the season so far. What do you got to do to really put it together down the stretch here, ensure yourself you make a playoff spot, and then show us what that 45 can really do and get in victory lane?
Yeah, probably just as much luck as I had tonight will be great. We're coming into a couple of tracks like Iowa and Talladega. Iowa, I love it. I may not be fast there, just love the track in general and driving it. Talladega is a crapshoot and can go either way, so it could pick up some major points or take a major blow. So that's kind of a cool track to end this regular season on. So excited that that's there. So just need to get some practice in, make sure I'm ready and focused, and listen to my teammates. They usually give great advice, and we work well together. So if we could do that, we'll all just keep on pushing through.
Absolutely, man. You guys do great here on Tuesday nights and, of course, on Wednesday nights as well. This will do a lot for the point standings, especially with several of the guys that we came into tonight seeing running up front in points, having kind of a rough night. But, Jay, before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
It's, of course, you for broadcasting. You guys do an excellent job. Always fun to go back and listen to these things and watch them over. No matter the outcome, you always keep everybody entertained and interested, especially with the people that's watching. My teammates, as always, we've got a bunch of them this year in two different teams. So hard to thank all of them, but the guys that have been with me the most, like Matt and Chase and Justin and Joey and Zach, and then Jo is kind of the core of that group, and then we added Ryan and Nicholas Wathorn in with us too. So great bunch of guys. It's fun to be in the discords and just kind of hanging out and having fun, and all the sponsors and SCSRA and their admin team for putting this thing on for us.
Right on, man. Well, Jay, always a pleasure to talk to you after a good finish, and we'll see you back out here tomorrow night in the Next Gen series.
Yes, sir. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, buddy. Once again, folks, that was your second place finisher, the number 45 of Jay Stinson. Put on one heck of a show tonight, finishing up 17 spots. But now, without further ado, it is time to get with your winner. He drives the number 9. It's his first race in the SCSRA Frye Disposal Arca series. That is Warren Kyle Keith. Warren, welcome to the broadcast booth for the first time, sir. Congrats on your win tonight. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. Could have been a little better. I didn't want to get in contact with the 84 like that. But I mean, racing hard, it's gonna happen, especially when we're trying to squeeze each other either way. But yeah, it's good to get a win on the first try here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You race Wednesday nights with these guys. Is that what ultimately made you decide to come out, or are you completely new to the show altogether?
Raced Wednesday night last week. This week they're like, "Hey, you want to run the Arca series too?" I'm like, "No, why not?" I've got no better than doing a Tuesday night. So, yeah, it's just good to come on out. Got a lot of good guys in here, and not doing nothing on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights before this. So it's a good change of pace, especially from having to race other leagues on Sundays.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good change of pace and always a good night at the office when you come out just because you have nothing to do and you take the win. So we saw it early when you were the last car to qualify, put it on pole. It wasn't without incident. You didn't run up front all night long. Tell us what your thoughts were as the race kind of went along there after the stage. Cautions started to be more frequent and obviously a ton of different pit strategies. Were you ever thinking, oh man, I shouldn't have pit right now. Now I'm behind 10 different guys. Or were you confident the whole time about getting back up to the front here late and have an opportunity at it?
It becomes a little bit of a chess match, because you're doing chess, like you would at a super speedway, but you're doing it on a short track. You're trying to figure out, okay, well, these guys just pitted on this caution. I'm staying up for track position now. If a caution comes out in 10 laps, what do I do? If a caution comes out in 20 laps, what do I do? What do they possibly do? It's a lot of what ifs, and after that first caution on that initial back to green, we stayed out and everyone came down the pit lane, and I'm like, okay, maybe we can bank on a caution near 100 and kind of play the game right. And sure enough, we got a caution at lap 93. So that kind of made the bed. You got to come down. Everyone else is on 10 lap newer tires than you. Now you're going to be on 15 than them. So it's just getting one up on each other to try to see what we can do tire wise. And I saw the left sides weren't wearing very much. And on that final pit stop, I was reluctant to do it, but 2 tires was the call. Jumped us three or four positions there. So I'm glad we made the call to do 2. The car didn't feel much, worse than it was. It didn't turn in very well for me, but it really, really hooked up on exit.
Right on, man. Well, appreciate all that insight. Appreciate you joining me here for a conversation after the win. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys up there at Full Throttle for letting me come up and race with them this last couple of weeks. Good group of guys up there with Travis and all them. So thank you for that. I'd like to thank you, Josh, for broadcasting, SCSRA for holding the events. And then everyone back at skmcars.com for getting the cars out here. All the paint schemes that you see, either me, Jesse, or whoever else you might see the SKM Cars banner on, that paint scheme's from us. So hopefully we can get that car in victory lane tomorrow night, but tonight we'll try to see if we can keep it in victory lane tonight. We'll have to wait and see after post race.
Yeah, that's right, man. You never know, but appreciate the kind words and the shout outs to all your people. I'm sure they appreciate that. You're definitely going to enjoy watching this back one way or another. Best of luck tomorrow night, but for now, it's time to pop the champagne and celebrate in victory lane. Warren, Kyle, Keith.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good night. Once again, folks, that was your winner, the driver, the number 9 out of Jacksonville, Florida, Warren, Kyle, Keith. And what an amazing ride this has been tonight at Nashville Fairgrounds. One last look at the results for you in case you wanted to see him again. Before we go, let's take this opportunity to shout out our sponsors here. First and foremost, Frye Disposal. They are the title sponsor of the SCSRA Arca series. Check them out at www.frydisposal.com or give them a call at the number you've seen on your screen all night long. Frye Disposal does weekly trash pickup in Smith County, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. If you mention iRacing or this broadcast, they'll give you $10 off your service. Once again, that's frydisposal.com. And Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Whether you run a company, a government agency, a sports team, or even a virtual race team, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Comment for details or message me on Discord at ViperDog, DAWG 17, ViperDog 17, and we'll get you hooked up with anything you could imagine to represent your business, your race team, or anything else. And finally, SM Racing Products. Take your sim experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Check them out at sm-racingproducts.com. And as always, use promo code ROYALTY at checkout for 20% off of your purchase of $150 or more. It's a great deal. I got myself a custom-made button box, and it is a game changer. But for everyone here at the SCSRA Arca Series, Frye Disposal, and everyone at Royalty Racing Network, my name is Joshua King. Thank you for joining me, and good night.